let us look at the triangle and the different types of triangle. The triangle is a polygon which has 3 sides and of course 3 angles. For example, let me draw a triangle here. This is one side, this is the other side, and this is the other, the first side, second, and the third side. And let me put in the angles. Here, this is one angle. Then I have a second angle and a third angle. These are the internal angles. And these internal angles, the sum of all 3 of them is always 180 degrees. So the internal angles add up to 180 degrees, always. Now, you have various types of triangles. We're going to look at the 5 main types of triangles. You have the acute angled triangle. This one here, the acute angled triangle. In this triangle, all angles are acute angles. The acute angle measures less than 90 degrees. So if I have this triangle, as long as we have this angle measuring less than 90 degrees, this one measuring less than 90 degrees, and this one measuring less than 90 degrees, this is an acute angled triangle. Then the other angle, the other main type of angle is the right angled triangle. It has one of the angles as a right angle. Let me draw a right angle triangle here. If this is one side of my right angle triangle, and I have the other side, that's the second side, and the third side. With this triangle, the right angle is here. And the right angle measures exactly 90 degrees. What you will find now is that these 2 angles, this one and this one, they both add up to 90. So that when you add this angle and this angle to 90, then to this right angle, the 90 that you had already plus this 90 gives you 180 degrees. If you have a geometry set, you will have 2 set squares in it, or if you are doing technical drawing, the most popular set squares are in the form of right angles. In one form you have a 30 degrees and a 60 degrees, then you have the 90. You have the other form of your set square, which is like this, and you have 245 degrees, where this is 45 degrees, this angle is 45 degrees, and then you have your 90 degrees. So those are in the form of right angled triangle. Now, you have another type of triangle that is called the obtuse angled triangle. In this case, one of the angles is an obtuse angle, and therefore one of the angles, that obtuse angle, measures more than 90 degrees. Let me draw an example here. So this obtuse angle is right here, and this angle is greater than 90 degrees, right? So this is an obtuse angled triangle. We then have another type of triangle and that is the isosceles triangle. I'm drawing an example here. In this case, what you have are two sides equal. Now this is not a good isosceles. Let me draw a better isosceles than this to show it even more. Two sides and two angles are equal. So you have two sides equal in length, two angles equal in length. So in this case, you have this side and this side are of equal length. The base of my triangle is a bit lean. Let me correct that. I want to draw this side straight across. Good. So these two sides are equal in length, and of course you will have two angles equal in length. So in that case, you have your isosceles triangle. You have your equilateral triangle. Now, equilateral, it kind of sounds like equal, right? What you find in the equilateral triangle is that all the sides are equal in length. Of course, all the angles will also be equal in length. Can you tell what each angle would be in the equilateral triangle? Well, if all of them add to 180 degrees and each of them is equal, then you know each of them will be 180 degrees divided into 3 equal parts. So it's divided by 3, so you have 60 degrees. But 180 divided by 3 is 60. Right? I get 60 degrees because when you have 180 over 3, you get 60. So 180 degrees was divided by 3, 60 degrees. So up here you have our isosceles triangle. And here you have our equilateral triangle. Now, there is one other triangle that we will look at, right? A sixth triangle. Have you done this before? Have you been reading ahead, reading your notes to find out what type of triangle that is? Well, this other type of triangle has all the sides of different length. Each side is of different length. And the angles are also of different sizes. This is commonly called the scalene triangle. So that's the scalene triangle. An example probably would look like this. You have this side here. Let me draw this side longer than it, and this side is even longer. So to show the different sizes or the different length of the side, I have one stroke here, two strokes here, three strokes here to show that they are of different lengths. Of course, the angles will also be different. If I have one arc for this angle, I can have two arcs for this angle and three arcs for this angle, showing that they are of different lengths. Alright? So we have our scalene triangle here. Alright, so we have 6 different types of triangle here. Acute angles, where all the angles are less than 90. The right angle, a triangle, where one of the angles is equal to 90 degrees. Obtuse angle triangle, where one of the angles is greater than 90 degrees. The isosceles triangle, where you have two sides are of equal length, two angles are also of equal length. Isosceles triangle, that is. And then we have the equilateral triangle, where each side, all the sides are equal in length, all the angles are of equal magnitude, and of course each will be 60 degrees. Then we have our scalene triangle, where the three sides are different in length. No side is equal to each other in length. No angle is equal to each other in length. So those are the 3 types of the 6 types of triangles that we have.